What is up, YouTube? It's Captain ABC here, and today we're going to be going over the new March 8th ban list. It recently came into effect 2 nights ago, I believe, as the day of I'm recording this. And currently, right now, I think it did some good. We'll see as time goes on, though. So let's go into the information. We'll open it on up. Maintenance. It's gonna open up for me. Alright, Forbidden and Limited updates. So we'll just kind of go through it, talk about what decks were talk about what decks this affects and the impact of the actual limits. Alright, it was March 9th. Excuse me. Alright, so starting off, limited to 1. Bamboo Scrap. I did not even know that this was currently a problem in the meta, but obviously there was something going on with it, and I've been playing pretty avidly. I've been playing pretty avidly throughout my hiatus. Just got really busy with school and heading into my last quarter of school in my life, so glad to get that over with. But I guess this needed to be limited if they believe that something. So it says this card is being limited to weaken strategies that hinder the opponent's ability to summon by special summoning. Okay, so I'm guessing they were just taking up space. Let's actually read Bamboo Shoot. Tribute 1 plant monster, special summon 2 plant tokens to your opponent's side of the field. So I'm guessing with Rika coming out, they get effects when they're tributed, and they trigger when they're tributed. So this would have just gained advantage for Rika and hindered you as the player facing against Rika. I'm guessing is why they limited this card, because it would have allowed Rika to gain too much advantage while also hindering the opponent. So that's neat. Limited to 2, misjudge and head judging. Due to Arcana and its skill, and his skill of flipping heads first 2. So basically it was a guaranteed negate, and also it even says Cup of Ace, and worried about Cup of Ace as well, because Cup of Ace is literally a pot of greed in Duel Links if you are playing Arcana. So that's the reason behind misjudge being limited to 2, because now you can only play 1, because you have to choose between misjudge and Cup of Ace, and you have to completely either cut out head judging or misjudge. So therefore now they only have 1 pot of greed and 1 guaranteed negate, rather than 2 possible pot of greeds or 2 possible free negates, basically. Limited to 3. Amazoness Onslaught. If they had completely taken this off the list, I believe that Amazoness would have been a very good contender for the meta currently, as kind of like an anti-meta deck, due to Amazoness Onslaught, due to it banishing everything when it battles, when an Amazoness battles, which is good. But the reason that it is not going to be as impactful is because Amazoness loses to back row. And the day this card came out, the only deck I've been playing is Amazoness. And if you don't go first, if you don't go first, more than likely you will lose, unless you can actually establish your board with some back row. However, if your opponent has back row set, or if they have a way of getting rid, or if they have a way of getting rid of your monsters without you having an onslaught on field, you're kind of in a rut due to you have to be able to get rid of their back row for Amazonas to be successful. And that's kind of the problem. So if Amazonas Onslaught ever gets put completely off the list and Amazonas are actually allowed to, the Amazonas deck is actually allowed to run something like 3 Cosmic Cyclone, that would be very, very good. And I feel like that they would kind of come up and do a lot better. As of right now, the popularity rankings on my app, I'll check again while we're here, but on my Duel Links, it is currently not updated. It has no information, and it should have been updated. I'm guessing because it's been, well, I guess it hasn't been 24 hours since the ban list, so that kind of makes sense that it's not working right now. But currently, Blue Eyes is going to be the best, and then Noble Knights. It's just Blue Eyes being super resilient, being able to spam the board, have a graveyard negate, gets rid of back row. Good stuff. Can blow up the whole field with that rank 8, the Heretic rank 8. And then with Noble Knights just being able to now not only be able to extend through back row, but also to be able to bounce cards back to hand with Custonin is, I think that's how you say it, the rank 4, that when it dies it becomes material for another rank, which is a very good card, and definitely made the Noble Knight strategy a lot better. And then we'll go over the last one, which is Rose Lover. There was a lot of plant monsters that came out with Rika, and some other plant stuff came out, and Rose Lover coming off the list just gives plants a little more extension to be able to special summon. It's not like back in the day when it was originally put on the list because of Sylvans. Sylvans was a very oppressive deck for very little time, just like how it was in the TCG. But I don't know if Rose Lover and Sylvans were legal at the same time. But here in Duel Links, it was very problematic with their cards, with some of the best cards in the game being traps, and having the only way to stop some of their bigger Sylvan plays was with traps. But if they were special summoned with Rose Lover, couldn't do anything about it because they're unaffected by traps. Yeah, that is the ban list. And while we're here, we can actually look at and see if the popularity rankings has updated. And no, it is not. So I'm guessing they will update tonight at 1:30. And I will put out another video later on this week, more than likely, kind of going over the popularity. We know for sure that the anti-meta strategy of having the lights negated, I feel like it's going to kind of go down with the Ally of Justice stuff, plus Desperado, Barrel Dragon, and all the coin flip cards. I feel like that's going to go down a little bit due to Misjudge being put to 2, because the skill makes you have to have, I think, 5 different cards with flip effects, or coin flip effects, plus they have to be different names. But now 2 of the best ones being Misjudge and Cup of Ace, you can only run 2 of them. So then you have to have 3 more. So that's Desperado, the 1700 attack Barrel Dragon that you search off of Desperado. So yeah, that's 5. So they have let's see, 2 out of 8. They have a 1 in 10. It's less than 1 in 10 chance to be able to draw one-ofs in the deck. So makes it a lot less consistent, and the reason it was gaining traction was because they can just throw in a bunch of anti-meta stuff, which the best cards in the meta right now are light monsters. So if you can't special summon light monsters because of that ally justice card, you can't actually, especially with like Blue Eyes and Noble Knights, if you can't special summon lights, you're up a creek without a paddle. And yeah, that is it for the meta analysis. Currently Legend Rank 2. Kind of been winning games on and off with the Amazoness deck that I've been piloting here. It is it's just Amazoness plus traps, basically, with Holy Guard. That's definitely that Holy Guard is definitely the best skill to have with this deck, because you don't want to be losing life points attacking into your opponent on your turn and getting them to banish their stuff. So Holy Guard is mainly there for that. And then I'm going to change this up a little bit. I'm not really liking all the counter traps all that much. I would much rather have, yeah, they do well with stopping the opponent, but this is Rebirth of Parshath is really the only one that's worth running, because it gives you advantage. Well, you still see, like, you negate and destroy, you have to discard a card, lose 1,000 life points, and then you can special summon. So it ends up being a minus, right? Because they do an effect, it gets destroyed, but you used a card, discarded a card. Yeah, you go even eventually, but that's about it. This is really the only one worth running, because it actually gives you advantage, and you don't minus completely, because let's be honest, Ultimate Providence is a minus because you have to discard something to negate it, and then you also use this card, so it's a 2-for-1. It's impactful, but it doesn't get the job done. So I'm probably going to take out those, and sorry, I'm back. Probably going to take those out and put one more Parshath, and then figure out 3 more cards to put in. I really wish that either it'd be nice. No, Swordswoman can't go back to 3 right now, in all honesty. I'm just kind of thinking right now. But yeah, that is the meta analysis of that. That's the new ban list discussion. I think it does well and boosting plants, especially with the newest box that came out with all the plant support and everything like that. But also it allows for that. It allows basically pot of greed to not be as prevalent, because let's admit, Cup of Ace is pot of greed with with Arcana skill, and then along with Head Judge and all the Desperado stuff and stuff like that, it really allows for the Arcana players to gain advantage only because of a skill, whereas those cards are supposed to be very chance reliant, and that's why they have such powerful effects. But with Cup of Ace and Misjudge and Head Judging all being at 2, they can only choose 2 out of the 3, and more than likely it'll be 1 Misjudge and 1 Cup of Ace. So that's really good. I guess we could... I did make it to King of Games 2 seasons ago, I believe. Let's check. Yeah, 2 seasons ago. I did end up making it to King of Games. And we can watch that replay. I believe I have it locked. Yeah, November 11th. That sounds right. Does that sound right? Yeah, it should be. Yeah, that's July 30th. Huh. Uh-oh. Might have... Oh, dear. I don't know if I could have sworn I saved it. Because I believe, because I made it to King of Games with ninjas. I'm gonna pause it real quick and check. Okay, so I did look back. It was not with ninjas. I actually made it to King of Games with the deck you will be seeing here very soon. It was with Blue Eyes, of course, because I had most of the cards. The only cards I did not have are Karma Cuts. So I replaced Karma Cut with Ultimate Providence, and I actually ended up making it to King of Games because of it. So I guess it was some sort of a zombie list I was playing against. I opened not horrible. I opened with the Sage, so I was able to grab the White Stone of Ancients, and I have a Spell Negate and a Monster Negate, and Shiranui Solitaire is a very good normal summon, so I thought it'd be best to get rid of that. And I knew that he had just set that card, so I was able to special summon Dragon Spirit of White to banish it, and it ended up being a Floodgate Trap Hole. And then I draw another Ancient Rules, drew another Ancient Rules, was able to special summon out Dragon Spirit of White, and I was about to special summon a Dragon Spirit of White. So overall, it was probably the easiest King of Games run that I had because I got to Legend 3, and once I hit Legend 3, it was pretty difficult to get Legend 4. It took a good week. And then from once I hit 4, I won every single game until King of Games. It was pretty crazy. But it was definitely the easiest. The most difficult King of Games run I had was with my Alien deck that I made it to King of Games in, and like, it's almost been a year now, which is crazy, but it worked out. So yeah, that was the meta-analysis, and then my King of Games run Duel. I can actually show y'all that deck really quick to end the video off. It was pretty simple. Nothing too crazy, nothing too I did have to run the Ancient Rules and the Ultimate Providences due to not having Karma Cuts and all of the Card of Consonants. So with my deck, I had the one alternative triple White Stone of Ancients, the one Spirit of White, triple Sage with Eyes of Blue, one White Stone of Legend. The reason for this is because I was doing Ultimate Dragons and not Alternative Evolution, due to Ultimate Dragons actually using resources that you have in your deck to be able to summon a very difficult monster to deal with, being Twin Burst Blue Eyes, or whatever, the 2 material Blue Eyes, which helped out a lot. So it would allow me to either grab the Blue Eyes White Dragon for alternative, or have it to use with the skill Ultimate Dragons. So that was always nice. And then triple Blue Eyes White Dragon. And then I had 2 Cards of Consonants, 3 Ancient Rules, and to round it off, 3 Ultimate Providence. The deck worked out really well. I haven't used it any this round because I was trying to make it to King of Games without using Blue Eyes this time around. But here was my extra deck. I had 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, 1 Vermilion Dragon Mech, 2 Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. I've seen a lot of people only run 1, but 2 of these do come up pretty often, so that's why I ran 2. Heretics Sun Dragon, Overlord of Heliopolis. It's a good card. It just tributes stuff out of your hand to destroy the field, basically. And then this, if you can get this card out against a very graveyard reliant deck in the first turn, you automatically win. This is a very oppressive card. Probably should have never made it to Duel Links because of how easy it is to spam the field with Blue Eyes White Dragons, but yeah, if you run into a graveyard reliant deck and you summon this card, you win. That's it. Because it can't be destroyed by card effects when you use the skill, and they just can't do anything. So yeah, that was my King of Games run. Thank you for being patient with me. It's been a very long time since I've actually been on YouTube and doing anything, but this is Captain ABC. Hope you have a great day. Signing out. Bye.